Right guys, it's the video you've all been waiting for. I'm going to rate or hate all of your cars or rides or whatever. Now, this video is just purely for kind of like just fun really. Even though I've got no filter and if there's something I don't like about someone's car, I'll just say it on camera. But you know, it's all for fun. So that being said, let's get stuck in today's video. Right, now we've got 10 cars for this video. So, in random order, the first car we're going to have a look at is Craig Spooner's Honda S2000. Now this thing's turbocharged, right? And the spec on this thing is just unbelievable. I mean, before I got taken off the road to get some engine work done, it was running like, what, 500 odd brake horsepower. Anyway, if you want to know the spec on this car, I'll put it on the screen now so you can read it. Now, the only thing I can pick on this car is that, well, let's just say, putting that much power in a convertible can have a catastrophic effect on, how should I put it, your hair. It will remove all your hair, especially with it being a convertible, but yeah, it's a lot of power. I can't even begin to imagine what this thing's like to drive. I was told by Craig himself that when the car is done, it'll be good for like, what, 800 to like 1000 brake horsepower, if my memory serves me correctly anyway. But pictures wise, it looks really nice. I mean, I can't really, this picture right here, I love the kind of big front mount on it. I was actually tempted to buy a Honda S2000 a long time ago before I got the Capri, and honestly I think they're really good looking cars. I mean, the wheels, I don't like the wheels that are on it, if I'm honest. I mean, I think they're the standard wheels, but I mean, you could change them out for something else. I mean, but I guess you could say it's a bit of a sleeper. I mean, with a lot of kind of power, and with the car looking a little bit kind of standard, it's a bit of a sleeper. But I mean, I rate this car a lot. I mean, I think we'll do like a something out of 10 for this video. So I will rate this car, we'll say 9 out of 10 for the S2000. So not much to touch on with the Honda S2000, if I'm honest. We all know they're good cars, there's nothing really to hate about them. Let's go on to the next car. Which car can I get my claws into next? The next car we're going to look at is Owen's Mark 8 Fiesta ST. Now, I think a lot of people know how much I fucking hate these cars, but I prefer the Mark 8 Fiesta over the Mark 7. I absolutely can't stand the Mark 7. I hate it with a passion. The Mark 8, bit of a weird engine choice, if I'm honest. I mean, what is it, a 1.5 litre 3-cylinder turbo? I mean, it's a bit of a weird engine displacement, if I'm honest. I mean, not really a fan of it. I will say though, the Mark 8 looks a lot better than the Mark 7. I can't see the 3-cylinder lasting very long if you plan on putting more power into it. It's just a fucking stupid idea. I don't know why these manufacturers do these things. They try to like downsize the engines for I don't know, I think it's economy, save cost, I don't know, but I think it's a stupid idea. I'm gonna rate this car a 3 out of 10. I just don't like it at all. I love Mark 1 Fiestas, Mark 2s, Mark 3s, Mark 4s and all that kind of stuff. Just, that's it. That's the second car done. Let's go on to the next car. Right, now something a little bit more interesting here. This is Ryan Cross's Mark 3 Cavalier with a Saab B204 engine swap. Now, this is something spicy. The spec on it is, it's a 1993 Mark 3 Cavalier, B204 swap, 3-inch downpipe, this was a stainless steel exhaust. It's a 5 studs Saab stud swap. It's got Cavi turbo bumpers and door cards. From the exterior, looks wise, just have a look at the front. It's got a Renault splitter, Calibra turbo wheels, that kind of debadge grille. I'm not sure what kind it is, but I mean, it looks fantastic. I love the colour. You can't beat an old Cavalier, can you guys? I mean, especially if you're into your Vauxhalls. Even back in the day, these Cavaliers were pretty something else, especially the SRIs and the ones with the 2-litre red tops in them. They were always known as the kind of council estate Ferraris and all that kind of stuff. Oh, these cars are just fantastic, guys. I absolutely love them. I mean, coming into the back, it just looks really clean. The arches just look really clean. Stunning car. I'm going to give this a 9.5 out of 10. So cheers Ryan for submitting that car. Love it. Oh my god, where do I start?
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Yeah, it's a completely bog standard Corsa C 1.2, and I think it's a comfort model, I'm not too sure, but this car was submitted by Ross. He's obviously learning to drive in it, fair enough. I honestly think this is the only good thing Corsa Cs are good for, is either learning in or scrapping them. That's it. I have owned enough Corsa Cs to know they are shite. I mean, they are not good cars. I've owned so many Corsa Cs, but I will say, if you are going to buy a Corsa C, definitely get the 1.4 SRI or the 1.8, because I do believe the chassis on the SRI models are a bit stiffer than the normal models like the SXIs, and I'm pretty sure I can confirm this because I've obviously driven a normal, like say SXI, and I have driven obviously an SRI, a genuine one. I had a 1.4, and the 1.4 SRI I had handled absolutely brilliant, and it was quite nippy for a 1.4 as well. So I will say, if you are going to get a Corsa C, just get an SRI one because they're brilliant. But here's the thing. Yes, good car for learning in. So I will say, Ross, yeah, you've definitely got yourself a good car for learning in. I mean, it could be worse. It could be a Punto or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, you could be driving a lot worse for learning to drive in. So yeah, we'll leave it at that, guys. Now, here's something really interesting. If I'm honest, I quite like this car. It's Jamie Steele's Mark IV Golf 1.8 Turbo. Now, I'm pretty sure, as you can see, you can just tell this thing's had a lot done to it. Apart from the fact it's shiny primer. Oh, I know people say it's narrow grey and all that fucking nonsense, but I mean, painted it, they've primed the car, and it's like, oh fuck, don't have any paint left. I'll just put some lacquer on, it'll be fine. And then you go, narrow grey was born. So anyway, the spec on this 1998 1.8 Turbo, it's got custom headlights, R32 body kit, your normal GOM coilovers, 3-inch decat, 18-inch Volkswagen Monza alloys with a custom purple colour, ream up to 210 brake, which is okay I guess. Engines in the 1.8 Turbos, Golf GTIs, obviously the Mark IVs, they've only got 150 brake horsepower out the factory. 150 brake horsepower from a 1.8 20 valve turbo? Really? What the fuck? Back in the 90s, fucking Vauxhall 2 red tops were coming out of the factory and they were non-turbo and they had less valves. Oh, I think they're probably just detuned. I don't know an awful lot about these cars, so I'm not really interested in that kind of stuff. But yeah, Jamie, really, really nice car. Love the wheels, the colour is really nice. It does go well with the shiny primer. You can just see there's been a lot of attention to detail in this Golf, like with the headlights and various other things, but yeah, the purple and the shiny primer goes really nice together. So I'm going to give this Golf a 7 out of 10. Oh, my fucking throat's going dry. I need a zesty drink. Oh yeah. Right, the next car is Martin McLean's 2020 i30N Performance. Now, I actually quite like these Hyundais. I think they're really good looking, you get quite a lot of bang for your buck. I was always tempted by one of these, but obviously I've just never bought a Hyundai before, and yeah, I think these are a good alternative to like a Vauxhall or a Ford like kind of thing. I do like these cars a lot. But anyway, the spec on this Hyundai, I'll just put it on the screen now, just to make it a lot easier, and you can pause the video if you want to actually read the spec on this Hyundai, but pretty basic stuff, 275 brake, which is quite impressive if I'm honest. I don't know the engine size on these. I think it's 1.6 turbo. I'm not too sure, so don't quote me on that. I cannot remember. Love these cars. Not much to say about these things, but as I said, I think personally they're cracking cars. I'm going to give this car an 8 out of 10. I think that's a good kind of score for it if I'm honest, but anyway, on to the next car. Right, so the next car is David's Zafira VXR. Now, I think these are just a fantastic kind of family car, especially if you're into Vauxhalls. I mean, you can clearly see this car's had a lot done to it. Me personally, I don't like the bonnet vents. I think they're a bit tacky. Not really a fan of the kind of splitter kit on it either. I don't know, it just looks a bit Halfords. Personally, if I had one of these, I would leave it on the outside relatively stock or standard, whatever, but just make subtle kind of changes. Yeah, it's got those stupid things above the headlights as well. Really don't like them if I'm honest, but obviously each to their own. But yeah, nice car though regardless, apart from them little niggles that, what can I say, it's a boost bus guys, I mean they're cool as hell. But yeah, this Zafira VXR's got quite a lengthy spec on it, so I'm not going to sit here and like just, you know, waffle off to you guys. I'll just put it on the screen and it'll make life a lot easier for you and me. I don't like the cam cover. I don't like that kind of Marvel or whatever the hell it is kind of thing on it. That's not to my taste, but obviously each to their own. I don't like a lot of hydro dip nonsense either, it's just tacky. But regardless, I do like the attention to detail in the engine bay. You can clearly see mine's been put into place, so that's all that matters in my opinion. So I love the Zafira VXR, really cool car, I appreciate you submitting it. I'm going to give this thing a 7.5 out of 10. But anyway, on to the next car. Right, now I've been told to mention this car, because if I don't, I'm not going to get my hole. Right, now the next car I'm going to rate or hate is obviously my girlfriend's recently purchased Ford Focus 1.6 turbo diesel. Now, she recently got this because the car she had before, which was a 196,000 mile Vectra C 1.9 CD Ti, it was just completely knackered. So she got this car and she only had it about a few weeks, and already it's had all the rear lights tinted at the back. I put a new badge on the back of it today just to try and tidy it up. All the windows are tinted. It's an okay car. I mean, I drove it obviously multiple times recently. It's okay to drive, nice interior. It's got all the kind of mod cons as you expect from Ford of this era. They're always kind of well equipped. As I said, this is the only picture I have at the moment, but I don't think she's planning doing much else to it. I mean, as you see it now, that's probably the way it's going to stay. You might not see it on the channel. I don't know if I'll bring it on or not, depends. But he's got the 4D number plates. I'm going to debadge it though, definitely, just to try and clean up the back end of it. I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. Anyway, on the next car. Right, so all the way from the Netherlands, it's Claude's Corsa B X16 XE. Now, I've seen this car in the making for a number of years now, and it's actually coming together quite nicely now. Now, the spec of this car is actually quite interesting. So it's a Corsa B 1.6 Sport X16 XE, cracking engine, cracking car. Obviously being a Corsa B, it's got a Manzel power box, software optimization. So obviously I'm assuming the ECU's been like aberrated in some way or another. Lighting flywheel and clutch. It's got an exhaust system on it of some sort, manifold, and it's running approximately 150 brake from a 1.6 NA engine. I bet that rips. I have one big problem with this car, and it's that bloody bonnet bra. Oh my god. I don't know why people thought bonnet bras were a thing, they just look awful, man. But I mean, apart from that, I mean, it looks okay. I mean, just look at the back, the arches are really wide at the back. It looks like kind of at the back, the arches have been just kind of, what, not even flared, but they've just been extended all the way out. And all the wheels are super wide, which I don't think is very necessary, if I'm honest. Looks a bit daft. But I mean, it's a Corsa B, so what can I say? I love it, you know. Just look at the small kind of picture I got here of the engine bay. It looks like it's got a really nice engine bay, to be honest. I mean, it's got a nice intake on it. Cam cover's been painted a nice colour. Looks like quite tasteful. It's a Corsa B, guys, so what can I say? I'm going to give it like an 8.5 out of 10. On to the next car. Right, now the next car is actually something quite interesting, to be honest. It's Alan's Nissan 350Z. Now, or that's how the Americans pronounce it anyway. Now, this might sound silly, right, but I've always got the impression this car just doesn't look right in the UK. I don't know why. I could have sworn this car was more kind of focused on the, was it the American market or something? I don't know, it's a funny looking car, this, you know. It's one of those cars I've just never been able to put my finger on, and it's definitely one car I've never contemplated on buying either. I know this sounds silly, but it's not really got a thoroughbred engine. Now, I don't know if anyone knows this, but the Nissan 350Z has actually got a Clio, yes, a Renault Clio V6 engine in it. I have absolutely no idea why Nissan thought that was a good idea. I mean, fair enough, it's a good engine. It's got a really good power output. It's been NA as well, so I mean, that's fine, that's perfect, and it sounds okay as well, providing you've got a good exhaust system on these things. But I think they look kind of weird. I mean, they're not ugly by any means. Just looking at it, the wheels look really nice. They're white, which kind of looks okay, I guess. But yeah, nice enough car. Not much to say about it, but I do like it a bit, to be honest. So yeah, I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10. Thanks for submitting this one, and on to the next car. it is Stuart's Focus RS. Now, I actually quite like the way these look. I mean, I do love the way these, this shape of Focus looks. And honestly, this one looks really, I love the colour. I love the white wheels. They go so well with the colour of the car. Now for this Focus RS, I'll just put the spec on the description on the screen now, just to make your life easier and mine easier. The only thing I can't stand about these cars, and I don't care what anyone says, they sound absolutely shit. I don't know why they do, they just sound awful. That's my personal preference. Maybe I just heard the wrong exhaust once at a car meet. Maybe this one sounds better, I don't know, but this is just going from what I've heard in general. But I do love the sound of the previous generation, the one with the 5-cylinder, that sounds amazing. But anyway, cracking car. I'm gonna give this a good 8.5 out of 10. Definitely an 8.5 out of 10. So anyway, on to the next car. We have Robert's early Corsa B GSI, a genuine one. Now this is the one with the proper thoroughbred C16 XE engine. Now this is like what they call a baby red top really. So not much to say about this car, but it's going under a light restoration at the moment, and what can I say, it's a Corsa B GSI. These things are so rare nowadays and they're worth so much money. This is an L-Reg. It looks really clean though. I mean, from the pictures, it does look really clean. This is definitely the kind of car that I would keep as standard as possible, purely just to keep the value in it and things like that, especially how rare Corsa B GSIs are now. Stunning car, absolutely fantastic. It's just perfect in every way, let's be honest. I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. Sorry, but I love Corsa Bs and definitely gets one a 9 out of 10. Right, so that does it for this video, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do want to see another one of these videos, then please let me know in the comment section. I'll probably put another post up on Facebook, providing this video does well. I'll put another post up on Facebook, get another 10 cars in, and do another video. So if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel, you want to see more of my videos, I've got plenty more on my Corsa B C20 my old Subaru, my Ford Capri, plenty of other builds I've done in the past. Go check out my other videos, I'd really appreciate it, and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.